Mr. Badrawi, you are a doctor. How did you get involved in politics?
That's a good question. um, Historically, my family used to be involved in politics, and I had my studies in the United States in the early 80s. When I came back, it was a time of change in Egypt where we were moving into more free economy, more political openness, and I wanted to participate. So in 1995, I decided to get into politics and I ran for parliament, and then I won.
Fantastic. How big is the power of the military?
They are still in power. The only thing that's changed, something that I was advocating for, is the fact that people will not accept unlimited terms of any president. This is the most important issue that happened in the last 5 years. People came out of the cocoon and they will not accept continuation of a president more than 2 terms.
So you were one of the top members of the party of
Yes.
Mubarak. How did he react on the protests?
Mubarak was reacting from his own circle without any meeting, which again goes back to the sole kind of rule. And I think at the beginning they misjudged the capacity of the large number of people to make the change. Second, I think his Minister of Interior gave him a false sense of security that this is going to finish in 1 or 2 days. And third, he himself thought that he's a good ruler. He could not see why are these people are protesting. That's a very important point. And most of dictators across the history, they never see their defaults. He was not taking any advice until the 4th of February, when he decided to call me directly, and he wanted to assign me to the position of leading the party. I think he wanted to give a message to the protesters and to the society that he's bringing someone known to you as an opposition from inside. Because you were right, they were wrong. That's what he said. And I said, well, thank you very much for the trust. But I don't think that I can continue with the leaders of the party in place. They have to resign. And I have to have the full power.
Okay.
So he said...
So you didn't accept it?
This was my condition. So he said, consider them resigned. I don't know the vice president quite well, and I don't know the Prime Minister Ahmed Shafiq very well, and I have to sit with them. He called both of them, asked them to come and meet with me, and he gave me the full authority to negotiate and talk and give him political advice. So we sat together, and I told him whom I met, I interacted with whom, and I told him that I think you have to step down. If you don't do that, I can see the protesters coming to the presidential palace. I even can see the fate of Ceausescu in front of my eyes. I wanted to make my advice tangible to him. Mm-hmm. He said, what do you mean? You mean they are going to come and kill me? I said, that's a probability. He said, exactly the word was, I'm ready to die for my country. And I was doing that, then the door opened and an officer came in and he said, Dr. Badrawi, you've met the president, you have to leave now. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you cannot stay in this place. You have to leave. I said, are you kicking me out of the palace? He said, Dr. Badrawi, it's time for you to leave. The problem with the Arab Spring that so many people knew what they don't want, but they did not know what really they want. And unfortunately, those who can implement ideas are those who are structured and have the funding and capable of holding the threads.